I loved it that the courtroom was the great equalizer. No matter whether you're rich, poor, black, white, brown, you're on the same playing field when you enter the courtroom. When I first started, I did defense work and insurance companies would hire me. But what I didn't like is I couldn't pick and choose my cases. I want to represent the underdog. First plaintiff's case I ever tried was in Wilmington, North Carolina, and I represented 128 trailer park residents who Conoco had polluted their well water. The second day of trial, my clients bought me a gold-plated Guardian Angel lapel pin, which I've worn in every trial since then. I knew it was my calling to stand up against big corporations for people that have been wronged. I've never looked back. That's all I do now. People often ask me what's my favorite case, and I always say the one I'm working on right now. Because, you know, for me, I'll have other cases. For my client, that's their one and only. One in particular is a case I tried probably close to 20 years ago, and I represented a young woman who was sexually abused by her teacher at a school here in Dallas. The school found out about it, and they let the teacher resign, and this was this young woman's junior year. She had gone to the school her entire life. They didn't welcome her with open arms and try to heal her, the little broken bird that she was. They brought her father into their office when my client and her mother were out of town on a college visit and said, "We've decided this school is not the proper place for your daughter. We are going to ask her to leave. If you do not voluntarily withdraw her, we will expel her. It will go on her record, and there is no door number 3. So his little girl got home, and he had to tell her, "You cannot go back to school on Monday." They locked her out of the computer system. It was horrific. And that family came to see me. I can close my eyes and see them walking in my office. It was the mom, the dad, the young woman, and her sister. And she was broken. She was suicidal and said, "Would you help me?" And I said, "You bet I will." We were very firm that we wanted not just money, we wanted changes at that school, fundamental changes, that they would never treat another child like this. And I wanted the 3 people, one was the founder of the school, the headmaster, and the head of the upper school, all 3 of them to be gone, because anybody that would treat a child who had been abused like that did not need to work around children. My child, I call her my child, she's like my 5th child. I have 4 kids, so she's like my 5th child, was vindicated, and we got money and everything we wanted in the settlement. Fast forward, I read the scripture at her wedding after she graduated from college. She married her college sweetheart. I was at her graduation from law school, and now she is a women's rights advocate lawyer in San Francisco, California. Every case that I get, I try to look, obviously, what's best for my client, but is there a societal change I can make? What can I do in this case to prevent what happened to my client from happening again? It brings so much healing to my clients to know that maybe it made a difference. What they went through actually made a difference for others. You know, young lawyers ask me all the time what makes a good lawyer, and I say the first thing you need to always remember is to be authentic. I started practicing in Sherman, Texas. I didn't have a mentor, so authenticity was all I had. Juries don't want to see lawyers, they want to see people. When I went to law school, I had never met a real lawyer in my life. I just came from the different side of the tracks. That didn't happen in my family. My family was not educated. And you always have to realize when you're talking to a jury, you're just talking to 12 ordinary folks. And be yourself, be authentic. Make a mistake, it's okay. If you're not yourself, juries can smell a fraud a mile away. When you come to this law firm, you're getting the entire law firm behind you. We don't have a volume practice. We move our cases very, very fast, but we leave no stone unturned. We have private investigators we work with. I think we have some of the best experts in the country, from everything from products liability, automobile defects to medical malpractice, even sexual assault. I have some of the best trauma experts. And if they see Aldous law, they better say, "Oh gosh, here we go." And that's what I want them to do. I want them to feel the fear. I hope my clients don't just think they were just another case for me. I want them to know that I care, and I truly treat them as if they were my family, and they do become my family. That's the legacy I hope I leave. It wasn't about the accolades, it wasn't about the financial success. It was about doing the right thing for the right reasons and really, really helping people in their struggles with life.